Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nick here from Inanda Newtown Comprehensive High School. So today I want to give you a short tutorial on how to use Microsoft Forms. Given the pandemic, I think we are all worried about how we're going to assess our learners, how we're going to teach our learners while they're not at school. So this is one of the best tools out there, and it's free that we can use to assess our learners continuously. All right, and it also marks itself. If you want to mark it yourself, you can do that yourself. You can mark it using your computer as well. So I'm going to first show you the form that I already created, which we've used. But this one was not a quiz per se. It was just a form to collect information on learners who were interested in taking our offer of applying for them to CAO and NASFAS. All right, so I'm going to open my browser. Then I'm going to search for Microsoft Forms. So there it is. I'm going to press enter. Then it's opening, and then I'm going to go take the first result there, and then Microsoft Forms is going to load up. All right, so as you can see down here, this is the form that I've already created, and 120 learners have responded. I think it's only one learner who is not from our school who actually responded here. So basically it's 119 of our learners and one from another school. As you can see, this one has expired, which means when I created it, I actually set the time frame when the form is actually going to be accessible and when the form is going to stop being accessible. So this is good because you can give your learners a task and tell them that the task will be ready for you to do from 8 to 10. So you have 2 hours. After 2 hours, it's going to expire. And then they will no longer have access to the form. And by that time, if it was a quiz, the quiz would already been marked. As soon as they submit, they can see the results immediately. On their phones, there's going to be a button that which says view results, and they'll be able to see how well or bad they did. So let's have a look at this form that I created first before we create our own form. Okay, so this one is not a quiz. So here, basically, we're just collecting information on learners who are interested in us helping them with applications with either CAO or NASFAS or both. Okay, so we only require their name, surname, and they need to indicate they need assistance with, and okay, social media platforms to see whether they're following us or not, and they can also leave whatever comments they might have and indicate the grade in which they're in. And the beauty of this, when you go to the responses, you can actually export the responses in a form of an Excel sheet. So we have a lot of teachers who are also scholars. So instead of going to Microsoft Word and creating a questionnaire, you can use Microsoft Form to create a questionnaire that people can answer on their phones. Because let's be honest, we live through our phones now, so or in our phones, whichever way you want to put it. Right, so it also gives you some statistics. So as you can see here, we can see that 61 learners require help with CAO. We can see that NASFAS is 116. We can see which of our platforms it's visited most. So Facebook, 52 of our learners do visit it, but we still have a problem there because 64 of the learners that responded have not visited a single one. All right, so this was also another way of marketing our social media platforms. And then you can see that grade 12A, 18 learners need assistance, B, 33, 15, 25, 16. So it's a really powerful tool. And you can also view results, individual results. If I go there to view results, you can see. So people are saved as anonymous, even though they've entered their names, so we can see their names here. So this is respondent 1, so you can see. So if we go to respondent 2, these are the responses that this person gave, and so forth. All right. And now what we're going to do, we're going to create our own form where we will be giving a quiz that is going to self-mark. All right. I'm sure you're going to be excited about that. I think we all want to assess, but the problem starts when the marking has to happen. All right. And it also calculates for you. On average, it took these learners 1 minute 21 seconds to complete this this form. All right, so let's go and create our own form, set the time limit and whatnot, and then I'm going to go back there to forms so you can see this is my form. I'm going to create a new one, but now it's not just going to be any form, it's going to be a quiz. But there are also templates there that you can use, plenty of templates that you can use and modify however you want. All right, so let's start a new quiz, and the quiz is going to be about me, Teacher Nick. So it's going to be this is the title of my quiz. Your perception of Teacher Nick. This is how I would like my learners to address me. I'm not so fussy about them knowing my names or them calling me by surname. It really doesn't matter. Then the subtitle could be something like what people see. All right, trying to be dramatic there. All right, so I'm going to add the first question. You can have different types of questions. You can rate, you know. So since this is a quiz, I wouldn't necessarily want them to rate. If I want them to write a long answer, it's going to be there. But now I want to make it a multiple choice sort of a quiz. So I'm going to click choice, and we're going to ask the first question. Does he love his job? And you can see already they've given you suggestions here. So I'm just going to say at all. Yes, no, maybe. And the right answer is yes. All right. And how many marks is this going to be? 1 mark. And to ensure that learners answer all questions, you can simply say required. So they cannot submit the form unless they've answered all questions. So each of your questions, you're going to have to turn this on so that they are not allowed to skip it. All right. So let's add another one. Which of the following best describes teacher Nick? All right, and then the learner would say caring. Of course, that is correct. And please don't judge me on my spelling now. Another one would say rude. There's other options there: self-centered, selfish, professional. Okay, I think there should be one F there. If it happens that you have errors, luckily there is a spell check, so you can just right click and choose one with one F, or the correct one. Okay. Here you can choose, in fact, in any question, you can choose to have multiple answers. All right. So on this one, I'm going to say I want them to have multiple answers. So you can see change from ready group to checkbox. So caring, that spelling there, I don't know. So we're going to say this would be the correct answer. Self-centered, no. Rude, no. Selfish, no. Professional, definitely. All right. So since there are 3 correct answers here, I'm going to say this is actually 3 points. All right. And I'm going to add another one. On this one, I'm going to put something wrong so that, you know. So it's going to be a choice again. What can I say here? Which subjects does he do best? Okay, so I will say math. I will say math lit, and another person may say another option may be information technology. Oh God, what have I just done? Oh, technology. All right. So the right answer would be, so yeah, you can allow multiple answers as well, and he's good in all. Yes, that's the beauty of creating the form. You can say whatever you want. So I'm going to add another one, the last one. Let's make 4 questions. Last one. What will it say here? How would you describe his dress code? All right. So profesh, not even going to say professional, it's going to be profesh. Untidy, that has to be untrue. Another one would be what? and just say horrible for interest sake. All right, and then the right answers here will be profesh. Let's say for the right answer will be profesh. So there. So that's the right answer. These are definitely not correct. All right, so this will be 1 mark because there's only one correct answer there. So let's see, everything is sorted out. Everything is sorted out. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that, and then I'm gonna do some settings here as well. I'm gonna go there and go to settings and start date. I want it to be today. So right now it's 127. So it's gonna be today. I want this form to be active at let me say 115. So that basically it's already active if I put this as well. And this form, I want it to be disabled on this day. Tomorrow, I want this form to be off, and I want it to be off maybe by midnight, say, let me say 11 p.m. After 11 p.m., you can no longer respond to this form. That's the beauty of this. Okay, so there are so many options that you can play around with. Customize a thank you message. I can say thank you for taking time to do this task. All right, and then end it there. So when they're done answering and they've submitted, they're going to see this message thanking them. All right, so I'm going to stop there right now. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the link and send it to myself via email, and then I'm going to use my phone to access the link and respond. And as I respond, you can see that the result will be coming in automatically. You can actually view the result. So this is the beauty of this thing. While you're sitting at home, you know that you've given your learners from 8 to 10 o'clock to do the task. So from 8 to 10, you can just go open your computer, sit there, you can see who's going to submit first and whatnot. All right. So if now I want to give this to people, I can just say send, and then I'm going to copy this link. This link has already been copied. Send it via email to whoever you want to send it to. But we understand that some learners do not have cell phones. So for them to be able to do the task, you must have something we can print, which will give them access to the quiz. So we have this here, the QR code. So this is the QR code. All you have to do is you just click download, and then it's going to be downloaded, as you can see over there. And then you can simply open this. So learners can use this as well. So you can just print it and give it to the learners. When they get home, they need to borrow whoever's phone, scan the QR code, download an application on Google Play or whatever. Just scan the QR code there, which is going to take them straight to the form. Then they're going to be able to respond to the form there, which is quite amazing. All right, so right now I've copied the link. I'm going to send it through my email. Of course, I'm not going to show my email here, so I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, so I've sent the link via email to myself. So I'm going to go through my cell phone now and open the link and respond. As I respond, I need your eyes to be here. Check what's going to be happening over there. So I'm clicking the link now, opening the form. It's opening. Okay, we're there. So let me respond quickly. Does he love his job? Definitely yes. Which of the following best describe Teacher Nick? Caring, yes. Self-centered, no. Professional, yes. Which subject does, okay, spelling there, does he teach best? It's going to be, I'm going to select all. And how would you describe his dress code? I'm going to say profesh. And then I'm going to say submit. All right, so I've submitted, and this should update automatically to show that somebody has already responded. So you can see this person has responded and he got everything correctly. As you can see, 8 points out of 8 points. Okay, I'm gonna submit another response. Then this is probably somebody who hates me. So this somebody is going to say, does he love his job? No. Which of the following best describe Teacher Nick? Is going to say, okay, caring, but also rude and self-centered. And which subject does it teach best? It's going to say information technology, which is true. How would you describe his dress code? And then it's going to say horrible. Okay, so this person doesn't like me at all. So I'm going to submit that response as well. All right, so it should also update to say now 2 people have actually responded to this, as you can see. And it's telling you, so 2 people have responded. On average, they took 4 seconds to respond to this task. All right. And then what you have to do now, you can view the result. If you want, you can export the results in a form of an Excel sheet. So I can click there and then it's going to download. There it is. And then I'm going to open it, make it bigger. So these are the results. All right. But I think you can view them much better if you view individually. So I can say view result. So you can see this is the responded one, the first person who answered. And these are the results. And then we can go to respondent number 1. These are the questions they've answered. This is how many answers they got wrong. The same answers, the same results you're seeing here, they will also be able to see. And now, since you are reviewing the work, you can actually rate their work, make some comments, give some feedback on this. Perhaps you need to pay more attention to him. This cannot be right. That's the feedback I'm giving them. All right. And then that feedback is going to go to the learners, especially if they've also put their emails and whatnot. So this is basically the beauty of using Microsoft Forms. You can create quiz. You can even create invitations where people can respond whether they're coming or not coming. So this is the beauty of it. And if you can see, it gives you something like a statistics, that 2 people out of the people that have answers, 2 people, this is what they think. So 50% of the respondents answer this question correctly, and 50%, this is like your whole analysis right there, so this is the beauty of Microsoft Forms. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I've shown you everything that I wanted to show you. You can go ahead now, explore the form, have fun with it, change themes and whatnot, but I think the basics have been covered in this video, and thank you so much. If you like our content, please go on and give us this big thumbs up and follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can just search for Inanda NCHS, and on Twitter, you can search for @Inanda New Time Comprehensive @Inanda NCHS, and on Instagram, it's going to be @Inanda_NCHS. See you there. Thank you very much.